Hello, I'm Matt Damon. Welcome to Moviefone's Unscripted, a show that has such a low budget they couldn't even afford a host. I'm sitting here with Leonardo DiCaprio, to talk about our film, The Departed. We're going to ask each other some of your questions as well as some of our own. And I'll start with the first question. Here we go. Matt to Leo. This is from Neil in Houston, Texas. You must get offered countless film roles. What compelled you to do The Departed? Besides the fact that Martin Scorsese was directing it.
Besides the fact that Martin Scorsese was directing it. No. Yeah, I mean, I must say that I got the script around the same time that Scorsese did. And obviously you read the script as well. I would hope.
I didn't, actually.
You didn't.
I just showed up.
But, you know, it was one of those page turners. It was one of those... Usually you get a script and you have to sort of tinker with it. You gotta develop the character more. There's huge plot holes, and this was kind of a flawless script, you know? And it's very rare where you get offered a role and you say, wow, this is ready to go. It's completely ready to go. That's how I felt about this script. And then, yeah, you know, I talked to Scorsese and he felt the same way. Then, the rest is history. You got involved next. Then I think it was Jack and Mark and bada bing, bada boom.
Nice work.
Thanks, man.
Your
Thank
turn.
You. Now I have a question for you, Matt.
Shoot.
10 years ago, if someone would have told you that you'd be doing a film with Martin Scorsese and Jack Nicholson, would you believe them? And what was that experience like?
Well, I'd just like to say to Penny from Philadelphia, who asked that question, why did you leave Leo out of that? Someone told me I was going to do a movie with Jack, Marty, and Leo. I would have said, that kid DiCaprio won't be around in 10 years. It was actually beyond my wildest possible daydream that I'd be doing a movie with Marty and you guys, and that took place in Boston too. That's another thing. Like being from there, it's really in my wheelhouse to play a character who's from there, and it just, you know, and the roles that we got were so great in this movie. It was like all the characters had these real layers of complexity about them, and in movies that have a big budget, you generally don't get the bigger the budget, the more kind of one note and boring your characters tend to be. So it's hard to keep things with a budget of this size, you know, interesting. And I thought the script did a great job of doing that, and Marty really encouraged that with us. And
yeah, I mean, in a lot of ways, you know, our characters were two sides of the same coin too.
Right. Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Now I have to ask you,
okay,
from Sandy in Albany, New York, how much of yourself do you see in your character, Billy?
Not much. No, not much. I've certainly never been in situations like that in life where I've ever had to fear for my life on a consistent basis. Number one. Number two, I've had no history in the police department, nor in the gang world.
Other than that.
Or being from Boston. But besides that, being an actor on a movie set was very familiar to me.
What do you want?
You want the truth? Valium.
Oh, you know, if you lied, you would have an easier time getting what you wanted.
What's that say about what you do for a living?
I just think we should have a few more meetings before we even talk about prescriptions.
Look. I'm having panic attacks, all right? I puked in a trash barrel on the way over here.
Is that true?
Yeah, I thought I was supposed to tell the truth here.
You are,
Christ,
yes,
I mean, a guy
okay.
comes in here against every instinct of privacy, of self-reliance that he has, and what do? What do you do, huh? You send him off on the street to score smack? Is that what you do? Two pills?
I kind of had to go to, I wanted to go to Boston. We shot a lot of it in New York City, but we also did the locations in Boston, and for me it was a matter of getting to know the history of that town, getting to know the past stories of some of the guys from South Boston and the streets, and the history of the gang world there, and getting to know the accent. But you have to do those things, certainly, way before you arrive on set, and especially on a Martin Scorsese movie, and especially working with actors like yourself and everyone else around, you have to be on your toes. You have to know what you're doing before you arrive there. Otherwise, you're gonna sort of get lost in the wash.
Unscripted.
You did that like twice. I was figuring that maybe something would happen if I did this.
You touched it.
But nothing's happening. Okay, then I'm gonna ask Matt a question. Okay.
We can talk about our experience in the gay clubs. I mean, anything you want, really. I mean, I'm here to talk about anything you want to.
this was kind of like the pinnacle of something that you would get offered, right? I mean,
definitely.
the gangster genre, a Martin Scorsese film. I mean, I know that when I first got, when Gangs in New York first happened for me, I felt like I won the lottery.
Right. Yeah,
That's how I felt.
Yeah,
So
well,
I
I mean,
feel
it's every actor's dream, and also, you know, I mean, you get on the set and you realize that it's every crew member's dream, like that everyone is at the top of their game who's working for him, and everyone's happy to be there and feels lucky to be there and is excited to be there because he's giving everyone space to do their best work, and that was great. That was great to see somebody who's been making such great movies for so long be so energized and so disciplined and focused and bring out the best in everybody around.
Look, Frank, if you don't relax, I can't relax. All right? Now, what I need you to do, you get me information on the people who were with you last night, your crew. Get me social security numbers, get me full names.
Give you?
All right, Frank. All right, I'm sorry.
You know, it's weird, too, because people always ask me, well, you know, there's been so many unbelievable performances in Marty's past work, you know, he worked with De Niro, blah, blah, blah. How does he get these performances out of people? But it's strange because I can't specifically identify anything that he does particularly different than other directors.
Right.
I just feel like there's such a respect level for him when people come onto set, even like minor characters, that everyone is just on their A game.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
absolutely,
And they know that they've got to come completely prepared with something to offer that man. You know what I
they
mean?
don't. Well,
They gotta
nobody
do their
wants to show
homework.
up empty-handed, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
It's true.
That's definitely right. All right, man. From Tim in Bismarck, North Dakota. In the film, you and Matt play
Wow, glad you said
opposite
that.
sides of the same
That's
coin.
even the same term that I use.
Did this affect your relationship off screen? Well, you got a little bitchy, I have to say. You were definitely rougher in bed. I was really impressed. I thought you really got the neighborhood right. I was like, wow. And but then you got a little catty, just over coffee, just little things. It was just little things, and that's the thing.
It's
and
true,
you really
man.
take your work
It
home with you.
affected me personally, certainly in our relationship.
Yeah.
So, how did it affect us? To tell you the truth, we never hung out that much because we were working so much.
Yeah.
And people ask about, did you guys hang out, do this, go out, go to dinner? We maybe did it a couple times, but you have 6 o'clock call times the next day.
Every day.
Well,
and also if one of us was working, a lot of scenes we're looking for each other for most of the movie. So a lot of times you're working and that means I'm not, and I'm off with my family or whatever. And then the nights you have off, I have to work the next day.
It was almost like doing 2 separate films. It really was.
Yeah.
Okay, Leo to Matt. From John in Omaha. If Project Greenlight had followed the making of The Departed, what would have been the most memorable episode?
Well, The Departed probably cost about $100 million, and the Greenlight movies cost $1 million. So the most memorable episode would be the one where Harvey and Bob were having a heart attack because we were $99 million over budget. But actually, with the Greenlight thing, it was always, we always felt like if you put a camera and really showed what happened in the making of any of the movie sets that we were on, that there was really kind of compelling. It would make compelling viewing, and this, this had a lot of really great moments. I mean, Jack showing up and being so unpredictable and being, he's great in the movie, but he's just so inventive and so out there that you could see everyone's blood pressure would rise. On the production end, because they'd be going like, oh my God, what's he gonna do? I know you did a scene with him where he requested a fire extinguisher and matches and like a gun, and you're like, what? I don't know what the guy's gonna do. He's gonna light me on fire? Like, what's the point?
Show me your arm. Flip it.
Makes me curious to see you in this neighborhood.
He's clean.
And if I can slander my own environment, it makes me sad, this regression. Plus, I don't know if it's beyond some cock like Queenan to pull you out of the state he's in sending you after me. I just can't know. I don't know what they do in that particular department anyway.
He gets obsessed.
Yeah, he gets obsessed.
Matt to Leo again.
Oh, Matt to Leo. All right, from Nora in Atlanta, Georgia. In The Departed, you lead a double life. What are some of the pseudonyms you have used when checking into a hotel?
Oh, that's great. I guess I can just kibosh all the everyone that I've ever used in the past. Pseudonyms. Well, I'm not going to tell because I still use them, right?
Right. No, absolutely. Unless you're ready to. Is there a pseudonym you're ready to retire that you've outgrown, or you want to keep? Okay, that's it. So Nora from Georgia. I'm sorry.
Classified.
That will remain unscripted.
So thank you to Matt Damon and everyone at Moviefone and everyone sending in their questions and their requests. And please go check out our film Departed. I think it'll be worth your while. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Yes. Yes. Nailed it.
Go ahead and look in the middle and then just turn out. There you go, so it looks natural, so we don't have you guys both staring at this.
I don't know what that means, so we're turning out?
It's like the Eyewitness News action team. You got to do like that move.
Oh, we're doing that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Looking out. Ready,
So,
stand by.
yeah, cool.
Quiet, please.
And Leo DiCaprio with
Quiet,
weather.
please. 1 second, and step out rolling, and whenever you're ready.
Oh, boy,
All right.
are we really going to do this right now?